All right, we'll come back for that. Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. So is the Shark Transformer Upright Vacuum Cleaner Just a Dad approved? It absolutely is. This is model number LX5002. The best way to show you, I'm gonna pick up this big mess, kitty litter, bunch of long hairs, and we're also gonna do a bunch of mess on carpet. Now I did purchase this product with my own money. This is Home of the Honest review, but I do use links. I am an Amazon affiliate. If you click on a link in this video or on my website, where you can find all the top picks that Dad approves of, I bring common sense testing to product reviews on my website, justadadapproved.com. If you purchase a product using a link, the product's not going to cost you anymore, but I do earn a small commission from the sale. Now in this video, we're going to use it as an upright vacuum cleaner. That's when it's most powerful. We are going to convert it to a stick vacuum cleaner. It's got a really small dust bin when you're in a stick vacuum, but I will show you that it's still pretty good at that. And it's very simple to transform. When you want to go to stick, you press that button, you take off this heavy part that has a motor built in. Then when you want to go back to an upright, put it on. Normally it goes right off. There. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to put it together, do the unboxing. I'll go over all the measurements. There's a lot going on with this vacuum cleaner. So you're going to see there's filters kind of in different places. Some of them are a little tricky to clean. You've got sensors to clean. Now with this big mess, I'm going to go into detect mode. Power button and mode button. That'll change to purple whenever it's dirty. All right, we're in detect mode. It can detect when it's up against the wall. Did a good job. All right, we'll come back for that. Long hairs. Wow, it's doing a good job. Let's go back this way. Okay, now let's pick up the rest of this. I'll save the kitty litter for the big one, but let's take this off. Now it immediately turns into a stick vac. Again, small dustbin. The motor is not as powerful. I'm in detect mode. But it does lie flat. I can even do one more conversion. I can do it into a little handheld vac. I put the crevice tool on. I've got a little handheld vac now. Okay, let's transform it back. Put the handheld vac on. Now, when I put this on and turn it on, it's going to auto-empty this dustbin, whatever's inside of here. It's going to auto-empty it through this port right here into this. I have to give it time. So you're going to put this on. There goes the auto-empty. It sucked everything into here. Now you're going to wait for 2 beeps and then it's ready to go. Okay, now it's ready. It's been converted back to an upright. Turn it on. Kitty litter. Rolls real easy. And again, when your floor gets clean, it lowers the suction. Okay, super big mess. Let's go into detect mode. Look at it vibrate the dirt out of the carpet. Very powerful. Easy to push back and forth. And then I'll know when my floor is clean, that'll turn to white. Now I can go to high profile carpet. It's really sucking the carpet. I don't want that. I can go to low profile carpet. No, there's high profile carpet. I'm sorry. That's hardwood floor. It's got a lot of suction. There's low profile carpet. But here's a really cool feature. You press and hold the mode button, it'll turn the power head off. So if you have to vacuum a rug real quick and you don't want that power head to go, hold the mode button, it turns it off. Now let's go back to detect mode. It'll floor detect too. It'll go from hardwood floor to carpet automatically. Now we did get some hair wrap. This was a tremendous big mess. So I am gonna have to cut that hair off of that. Now to empty the dustbin, it's a different button. It has a trash can. Press that and then just this comes off. It does have technology to keep the stuff off that cone. That way you don't lose ink, you don't lose airflow, which you would lose suction. Okay, let's empty the dustbin. You're simply gonna press this button here. Everything comes out. Once in a while, you will have to press these two tabs and get some of the hair out and stuff, but it's easy to clean. Okay, let's talk about some of the shortcomings now. Again, this is a really small dustbin and it doesn't always empty everything out of it. And there are little filters in here that you have to clean once in a while, so you can take that door off. It is very easy to work on, but we can see not everything got auto emptied. There's like these little crevices here, so you're gonna constantly have dirt and debris, but it did auto empty most everything. And again, I'll go over this in the unboxing, but there's filters here. There's a HEPA filter here. Putting that back on. Another shortcoming is the hair wrap. You know, that was a big mess. Now, whenever I'm cleaning at home and stuff, I don't typically have that much hair on the floor, but I wanted to put it to the extreme test. This one's easy to clean. You can pop that off. It's got a comb. I just don't know if there's a comb on this general purpose brush here. You do have increased maintenance. You've got to clean these sensors in this little duct here. That's the dirt detect sensor down there. Now, let's talk about price. This thing retails for $650. That's an extremely expensive vacuum cleaner. Now, you are getting basically two vacuum cleaners, well, three, they call it three vacuum cleaners in one. Just keep in mind, you know, that is for small jobs. I like how it auto empties every time that you put it back on. This has the bigger motor, so when this is on, there's a bigger motor to have more suction. This is a well-proven design. I like the detection, although when it's corded, I'm not sure we need detection because it's nice just to have good suction power all the time. But I do like the floor detect where it turns the brush roller at a different speed when it's on carpet compared to hardwood floors. This was very well thought out, very well engineered. You can tell that they took a lot of time. I don't see anything that's obviously going to break easy or anything. So keep in mind, you are going to have a little bit of extra maintenance. I mean, you probably could buy a good corded vacuum cleaner for around 200 bucks and then a good cordless vacuum cleaner for around another 200 bucks. So, but then you would have two pieces of equipment. Again, check out my website, justadadapproved.com, where you can see all my top picks. I purchase these products with my own money. That way I can say what I want about them. This is definitely a product I would recommend to my friends and family. Would I recommend it to my mom? Yeah, I would, but it's a little on the heavy side. Converting it was relatively easy, but when you've got it all assembled, it is on the heavy side, but it's extremely powerful. Okay, next part, I'm going to do the unboxing. There is quite a bit to put together. We'll go over all the dimensions and show you how to clean it and where all the filters. Let's do the unboxing on the Shark Transformer vacuum cleaner. This is model number LX5002. There is a lot going on in this. There's a lot of parts here. I'm going to go through each one. We've got the wand. Here's the power head for the stick vacuum, the power head for vacuuming your floors. Here's the canister we've got to install. It does come with 3 tools. Make sure you find the odor neutralizing cartridge. These little clips here, these are for holding tools on it. And it does come with a 30-foot long power cord. It does consume 1,272 watts of power when it's plugged in. The tools, this is just powered by air, power fins, a standard crevice tool, and a standard brush. All right, find this. This is in a box. You don't have to use the smelly stuff. You can take, so this will need replaced everyone. It's just something that smells really good. You get air, it sucks air in and the air goes through with the smell through your vacuum, and it does smell good. But you can purchase different kinds of scents. But if you don't want this, you at least have to put the cap in. So you can put the cap in without this. Line up the green arrows. There's a handle here. Line it up and then turn it. If you want more scent, turn it to the plus. If you want less, turn it that way. But you have to have this cap or you'll lose some airflow. Now here's the brush roller head. This one does come out. There is a comb on it. You can clean this. This one does not come out. Now you do have a FluctuateDetect sensor, so it can turn this brush roller really fast when it's on carpet, or it can turn it slower when it's on hardwood floors. When you're in auto mode, it'll do that automatically because of this sensor. There's also a dirt detect sensor in the duct here. If we open this, this can help you get a clog out. But if we follow the red arrows, it says, down here, if you follow those 2 red arrows, there's a little, like a laser that shoots across a beam that you have to clean these little glass windows so that you can sense when there's more dirt. Because when it's picking up a lot of dirt, it'll ramp up the suction power, and then as your floors get clean, it lowers the suction power. Now there is a blue dirt reveal light right here. Now the power cord's permanently attached to this. You can use this as a little hand vac. There's a power button here and a mode button. You've got a screen, it's going to show you different modes of operation. You've got a dirt detect mode, which also turns on the floor detect, corner detect, and all of that. Then you've got manual surface mode. You've got hard floor surface mode, carpet, low profile. That's going to determine the speed of the brush roller, and thick carpet. You also have passive. So if you press and hold the mode button for 2 seconds, it stops the brush roller altogether. And you still have good suction. Now the edge detect sensors are here. This is going to help it, when it's up against the wall, it helps it clean up against the wall. There's these little windows you got to clean off sometimes. So again, power button, mode button, and nice display. Now when you use this as a stick vacuum, you can attach, you can attach the stuff. There's no button you press or anything. These are just held in with friction. So you can use this, but it has a very small dust bin. But once you connect it back up to the main unit, it auto empties this. Let's just take a closer peek. You will have to clean this once in a while. That's the release button. There's also another release button here. You can clean this door. There's like a little door here. Make sure that's like a little flap is right there. So this can be cleaned, but you want to make sure and let it dry. Now there is a HEPA filter here. You're going to pull this out, and right here is a filter. You can wash it, but then let it dry in the sun. This, that's just permanently attached. You don't remove that. Now there is a HEPA filter here also. You'll have to replace that once in a while. I don't think you can wash that though. All right, let's put it back together. This one's a little tricky. You're gonna put this in. It'll only go one way. And then putting it back in, this curved part, that's like a screen. You'll have to clean that once in a while. But put the curved part in. You're looking for these little tabs to engage. There. And then put the door back on. And then you can close it until it clicks. Now I can attach the hand back right to here. Oops, I thought I could. I don't think I can. You cannot attach that. I thought you could. All right, so I learned something. You cannot attach this hand vac to this. You have to go through the wand. So the wand, And then it attaches down here like that. Now, disconnecting the wand from the power head is this button right here. You're going to press it and it pops up. And then I can attach, I can attach my tools. Again, they're just held on with friction. Now I've got a really long handheld stick vac, or I can disconnect it right here. Then I got a little handheld vac. And then when I want to connect it, click it. It does lie flat when you've got it in the stick vacuum mode. Now when I want to attach, the canister has a bigger motor in it that's going to do the vacuuming. It just clicks in there like that. When I want to remove the canister, it's got this big button here. Remove the canister. Now I've got a stick vacuum. Put this in there. When I want to remove the dust bin, this one, then I can take this over to the trash can, press this button, the bottom drops out. This should just pop open. You can see it's not as big as you think. It's this part over here is where all the dirt and debris is. If I need to clean inside here, I'm going to pinch these tabs. Inside here, there's 2 tabs. Pinch those. Sometimes I do have to clean this. I can wash all of this. I just want to make sure and let it dry. There is 2 filters here. These are cleanable. Put the felt in first and then the foam. These do get extremely dirty. Then when I want to put the dustbin back on, just slide it in, click it into place. Now let's take this off and examine it closer. Okay, so this really intrigued me how this works. You'll see whenever you put this canister on here, it opens this, it pulls this down. So then your suction is coming from here, which has a much bigger motor than that little one up top. And then when you take that off, that closes that off, and that also auto empties whatever's in that up above. I'll show you. This comes off. This is like a little tube here. You may have a clog or clean it. Now on the bottom here, there is a HEPA filter. So yeah, we take this off. There's a release button here. Pull it straight out. And then there's a big HEPA filter. You can't wash that, but you have to replace that. That lasts a pretty good long time though. Let's slide this in until it clicks. Again, bigger motor here, but this is only active when it's installed. And then take this just slides, clicks. So we'll watch the transformation. There. When I collect it there, like that. It's pretty cool how that works. These are for holding tools. One's for the left, one's for the right. Then I can store my tools on board. Only 2. So again, when I've got this removed, when this is removed, I'm vacuuming and everything's going into this little storage bin here. So you can vacuum a little bit, but it's going to clog up pretty quick. But whenever I install this, this auto empties into that. And I'll show you it, but you'll wait for a ding. It doesn't happen right away. So when you install this, it takes a little bit, and then this will vacuum out everything inside here. Auto empty everything through that. It just goes back down the way it came, back down and into this. Now, with everything installed, it's a little on the heavy side. There's a lot of weight in here. Now, it is pretty lightweight when it's just like this. Overall, when it's in stick vacuum, the handle 51 inches or 130 centimeters. When I go to the wheels, which is the floor, 44 inches or 112 centimeters. Now it is a self-standing vacuum cleaner. Again, when it's standing there, 46 inches or 117 centimeters. And to get the transformer, I want to show you this. You got to start up a little high. You're going to see this. You got to start up a little high, come in right here, and then go down. If you start too low, it won't work. So high, down. Yeah, make sure you don't run the cord over. But with that installed, you know, it does lie flat, but you're held up with a great big canister right there. So if I want to go to a stick, I have to first remove this. Then I'm going to press this. Now I can put my crevice tool on there or something. It really does me no good to disconnect this. Oh, I can disconnect that. Okay. I don't have to I learned something again. There's just a lot going on with this. That's good to know. I thought if I disconnected this, it would try to take the whole thing, but it's not your traditional lift away. But I can take the wand out. I like that. My tools are right here. I can grab a tool. I've got a little stick vacuum or a little hand vacuum. Then I put it back, click it in, and now I've got my other vacuum. So pretty nice feature. I'm kind of liking it. This is definitely something that hasn't been tried before. And I kind of like that handle. Everything's right here. Front to back, overall 12 inches or 31 centimeters. Left to right down here, the widest part is 11.5 or 29 centimeters. Hope the unboxing video helped. Thanks. Now the best place to go to find these robot vacuum cleaner picks is justadadapproved.com. Up here in the top header, you're going to see best overall vacuums, best for pet hair, best under 1,000, best under 500, and best under 300. Let's check best overall. I don't give you 20 picks. I give you 5 of my top robot vacuum cleaners with the score, but I have all the information to back it up. If you want to read the full review, why did I pick the Mova V50? Let's go see the full review. You can see the videos that I have right here to back it up. I have my 3-month real-world score test, my real-world testing results, cost to own, my robot specs that I think are important to robot vacuum cleaners, some quick buy it if, skip if, and then a simple review. Thanks everybody for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit the like and subscribe button. Also check out where you can find all my approved products on my website, justadadapproved.com. You'll see a little link to it here at the end of the video. If you click on that, that's going to take you right to my website.